Manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys how to shift today, any circumstance, any situation. Um, yeah, we're going to talk about this because those of you who have been, following along with the channel have seen, the incredible shifts that we've been having using revision in the way that we've been using it. And this just has the ability to shift you today, y'all. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Thank you, Celestial Earth Goddess. I love a latte. I love coffee. um, but yes, this has the ability to shift you. And I'm telling y'all, like, on the video. And you guys already know that when I say on the video without all of this stuff that we've been doing, I'd be dead. ASS for real. I'm at my mom's house, so I'm not gonna I'm gonna keep it PG today. But I'd be for real, right? But with this, you guys, like I'm gonna start us off with a success story so y'all can pick up what I'm putting down. Okay. And then we're gonna get into how to do this, all right? So, not since when are you scared of YouTube? Nope, not scared of YouTube. And I wouldn't even say scared of my mom. I wouldn't say that. It's not scared, it's that it's just out of respect. I don't wanna be, y'all already know how my mouth be, and not in my mama's house. Not while she's here, at least. Okay. So anyways, all right, you guys. But anyways, if you are new here, I am Olivia Grace. This is the Master Manifestors channel. And here I talk about law of assumption, manifestation, all that good stuff. Okay. I do have ways that I can help you in the description. We do have a Godstate activation that is happening on the 17th. And it's, what was I about to say about that? Today is the last day for early bird pricing. Okay. So, if you'd like to, the price doubles tomorrow. So if you want to join, then definitely join. Link is in the description. Light of Love for December. This is the SP group coaching. Is also on early bird pricing as well. So that is in the description as well for you guys, as well as working one-on-one, all that good stuff. Okay. All right. So let me start with the success story. Okay. You guys already seen my other live where I had the revision success stories. I told you there was another one that I wanted to tell you, but I wanted to wait until, obviously the person told me I could, right? Okay. So we were literally on, I was live in the Patreon, right? Talking about all the crazy shifts we were having, with revision. And like one of my girls came on there and she's like, oh my God, like my SP is annoying me. He's triggering me. I just hung up with him, to come watch this live, but I just don't know. And this is hard and all of these things. And I was like, all right, like, I need you to know that that's not actually true, okay? That's not actually true, all right? That is true in one version of reality, one out of infinity versions of reality, right? But it's not fundamentally true. It's not all that it is. It's just one out of infinity, basically, okay? And actually, right? Actually, what's actually happening is that he's doing exactly what you say, right? Everybody does exactly what you say because you're God of your reality, period, right? We said something along the lines of that, like basically, no. And I said, now bet you, next time you talk to him, he's going to be completely different, okay? Because there's a completely different version of him. Y'all, swear, it was like an hour later, okay? Not only is he different, but he tells her he loves her. Okay. This is the first time he's told her that he loves her. First time he's told any woman that he loves her. Okay. He's telling her he loves her. All right. Just like she's like, and our conversation was flowing. We felt so connected. Like it was all of that. Right. I just posted the success as well, like in the post, the community post. But what I'm saying is, you guys, this is an hour apart. Okay. And what I want you to know, and then we're going to get into it, is whatever the situation is, okay? I know, like, I've been getting the emails about the Godstate activation. I see a lot of people are struggling, and I don't want you guys to feel like you have to wait for the activation. Like, dude, that's like a week from now. You don't have to wait. And listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. Hear me, hear me, hear me. You don't have to struggle, okay? You don't have to struggle. You don't have to go without. You don't even have to deal with the BS that you think you have to deal with, okay? The little inconveniences in reality, or little, people doing this, or, whatever, doing that, your job, whatever it is, you do not have to continue dealing with that, okay? You're not trying to be above it. You're already above it. It is below you. It is something that is taking direction from you, okay? So your reality is taking direction from you every moment. The problem and the reason why we're going to address this with revision is that you continue to bring in your past experience into your now. Okay. So for instance, I'm gonna use my girl as an example. Okay. In the moment that we're talking about shifting instantly, her mind was calling forth and claiming he's triggering me. He's triggering me. So in the moment, now she's making that not just based off probably the conversation they had, but other experiences of the past that has decided that this person triggers me. Okay. And so in the moment that you're reiterating that and still identifying with that, you're still choosing out of infinity the reality where this person is triggering you. Okay. You're choosing out of the infinity. Okay. And you're choosing it in the now because you continue to bring your past experience, which is a moment ago, which is yesterday, which is weeks ago, which is 15 years ago. You continue to bring it into the now and say, but this is still who I am. This is still what's going on. And so it continues. But you are the only thing that breathes life into anything, okay? Your awareness, your attention, your energy, and your agreement, right? I put this in the Patreon earlier today, that whatever it is in your experience is because you're in agreement with that. You believe that this is me. It doesn't mean that you believe it's fair. It doesn't mean that you believe you deserve it. But you believe that when you look at the situation that you're currently in, you look at it and say, this is me. This is what it is, okay? So we're going to talk about how to stop that and how to shift literally today. I'm not kidding, okay? All right. First of all, I want to tell you guys another YouTuber. She's literally my favorite YouTuber right now, and I've only just found her like a few days ago. Her name is Brittany, and I'm gonna put her stuff in the description box. But she knows what she's talking about. Okay, she delivers in a very loving, kind, but informational way. And she's just the bee's knees. So I'm gonna put y'all on to her. Her name is Brittany. As I said, I want to say her name is I Am Brittany, or I Am Manifesting Brittany. I don't know. I'm not sure. I Am with Brittany. There we go. FB. Dude, look at that. Perfect. Yes. I Am with Brittany, I believe. Awesome. Okay. All right, you guys. Light energy. Shout out light energy. Light energy put me onto her. Okay. So, all right, let's start, you guys, because like I have shifted so much, you guys, just in these past couple days. Okay. So the first thing when it comes to shifting your circumstance and shifting your situation, and I mean drastically, and I mean today, okay, is knowing that you can. Okay. And I know this sounds like, oh, well, whatever. Listen to me. There is a part of you, whoever you are right now, whatever the situation is, I don't care if it's money, SP, whatever the situation is, okay? There is a part of you who has accepted that I'm stuck. And even if you don't believe, oh, I'm stuck, you believe that this is probably going to be what it is tomorrow too. This is probably what it's going to continue to be tonight too. You don't realize that you are perpetuating, right? You are perpetuating the story that you don't want to live. You are accepting in your mind, okay? And I get it. You're accepting this because reality is telling you that this is what it is, right? So you're like, well, probably not going to have what I need. Probably, by what day is it? Sunday? Yeah, tomorrow is not going to be a day where I have what I need. And so let me think about it in that way and plan for failure. Okay, plan to not have any money. Let me plan what I'm gonna do without any money. Let me plan what I do tomorrow when SP inevitably ignores me once again. Let me. You are in that mindset. You are in the story. You are in the role of the person who is experiencing exactly what you're experiencing. Okay, all right. So Now, something I've been saying, right? I'm gonna try and say it without cursing. Dang, this is gonna be a little hard. But do you believe yourself when you say, I'm God of my reality? You don't, okay? You don't. Because if you really did, you would not see yourself as below anything. You would not claim, even if you believed truthfully, you guys, even if you believed, right, that just as a muggle that you could create your reality, okay? You would not say the things that you say. You would not claim the things. If you really believed that you had the whole world in your hands, okay? You would not continue to associate and to identify with anything that is not what you want. Okay. Thank you, Janisha. Oh my God, what a pretty name. Janisha Anaya. I love that. Okay, your mom snapped. But you would not continue to believe and continue to perpetuate mentally. Okay, I see this video is going to be a little long. It's going to, because there's things we need to talk about. But you would not continue to believe and identify with the things. I'm seeing this person like pull up. I'm like, are they coming here? No. Okay. You would not continue to believe and identify with the things that you continue to believe and identify with that are not serving you, that are not what you want, that are honestly beneath you. Okay. All right. So, but what happens, right? Most of us, I'm gonna give y'all credit, right? Most of us believe that I can change my reality, right? I can change my reality as long as I do this affirmation 10,000 times, or as long as I reprogram my subconscious mind, or as long as I do these things here and there, and as long as I do all of those things right, right? But if you're thinking I can shift my reality as long as I do so, you are still in that moment, in the state, in the identification that I don't have what I want. And there's something for me to do to get what I want. And revision is going to solve this for you. Just hang tight with me. Okay. So, but number one is knowing that you can. All of this revelation, all this stuff, you guys, started from that. From me just realizing, you know what? I know that I can shift reality much more drastically and much quicker, instantaneous, right? Much quicker, much more drastically than I have previously been believing. If we really believe that, number one, we are God of our reality, and number two, that there is no time, then why are we associating time? Why, when you claim something, right? Because something I've been wondering to myself is, why do I ever repeat myself? Why do I feel like I have to repeat what I'm saying? Okay? If there is no time, then repetition is not really what's getting me what I want. And you can believe that. Look, no shade to repetition, right? But you can believe that me repeating something is going to get me somewhere, but you are believing in linear time, okay? You're believing in linear time. You're believing that things have to take time. You're believing in a past, a present, and a future, which is slowing you down instead of understanding that everything is now. So if it's now, then what you're choosing is now, okay? What you're choosing is now. And so why does this free you, okay? Because the reason that you still believe in whatever it is, in whatever circumstance that you're in, is because you believe that it's going to change. You believe that you're going to Barbados, right? Oh, I'm going, Are you going or did you go? Because everything is already finished and done. So if you're in the mindset of going, you're going to walk a path of going. You're going to walk a bridge. You're going to have a process. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have twists and turns. But if you decide that it's now, remember, the first decision that you made is that I really believe all that God in my reality stuff that I talk. It's not just an affirmation for me. It's actually a belief about myself that this whole thing is my projection. Okay, cool. And there's no time. So there's no time except for the time that I associate with. It's no time except for the time that I put on it, right? So when people say, I'm going to manifest it in 3 days or 21 days or however many days, it's the same now moment. All right, cool. So let's get into the next part. So what you're going to do with your situation is you're going to close the gap, because wherever you are, let's take money, right? Because this is the thing that people are dealing with what's going on in the world. All right. So I don't have any money right now. I don't have what I need. Right. So your mind, first of all, you're in the state and the identity of someone who is lacking. All right. And so your mind says, okay, I'm in the state and identity of someone who's lacking. So I need to get into the state of someone who is prosperous and thriving. Right. But my beliefs, my assumption, my nervous system, my body, everything right now is aligned with this, in my reality, right, is aligned with the state of lack. And so what I see is lack, what I think is lack, what I feel is lack. And you want me to somehow bridge this gap and somehow feel abundance and claim abundance when I'm in the midst of lack, right? And previously, yes, that's what we did, right? But all right, now this is you understanding that you are multi-dimensional, okay? Which means that you are not only existing in the experience that you're experiencing, okay? You're not only existing in the reality where you're lacking and your affirmations are like bricks that are building the home of your new reality, okay? No. At the same time that you are struggling, there is a version of you who is thriving at the same damn time, at the same damn time, okay? It's happening simultaneously. And, these are things that we know, right? But your awareness is what puts you where you are. This is why, and let me say this now, you cannot, I say it every video, okay? You cannot continue to decide, to assume, to perceive based off of your 3D and believe that that is going to change things for you, okay? The 3D does not and cannot matter, all right? Thank you, beauty. Thank you. All right? It does not and cannot matter to you unless you want to keep being in that experience. And you guys, when you are able to detach yourself from the 3D, and when I say detach, it does not mean that if you are in a situation that is hurting you or upsetting you or scaring you, it does not mean that you all of a sudden don't feel those things. Now, truthfully, if you do what I'm telling you, right, you probably won't. Right? But it's okay. It's not that. It's that you're seeing what you're seeing and deciding that it does not get to decide what happens next. Okay? It does not, just because it looks like this, it does not mean that that's what has to happen. This is what has to continue to happen. Okay? All right. Now, back to what I was saying. Now, instead of us believing, I'm going to bridge the gap, right? I need to get over there. I need to go again. This is where Triangsville is birthed. I need to go be something that I'm not. I need to fix where I'm messed up. I need to, all of these things. No, you're going to revise. It's always or never, whatever one is better for you. It's actually always been what I want it to be. Okay. So let's say if it's money, right? I've always had an abundance of money. I've always been rich. I've always, even if you want to start, if you're like, I can't even go there, I just need my needs met. I've always had my needs met. My needs are always met. Always. It's always been like that. Okay. Thank you, princess. I love you guys. All right. My needs have always been met. Okay. My needs have always been met. Now, here's the thing, right? Because, okay, cool, whatever. All right, Olivia, you're not telling me anything new. We already know this. All right, cool. Right, no. Here's the problem, okay? Here's the problem is that as you've been saying that, if you've done it before, or even as you are affirming for whatever, right? Your awareness, you guys, hear me, okay? Your awareness behind it, right, is as you're revising it and you're saying, well, I've always been like this, but you're like, but no, I wasn't. I literally grew up on like Ritz crackers and peanut butter and jelly. I've actually always been broke. And that is your awareness, okay? That is what you really believe you are. That's what you really believe you are. Your lip service does nothing for what you really believe that you are. Truthfully, y'all, because you're like, but that's not true because when I affirm and when I do this, everything shifts. Why? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Why does when you affirm and everything shifts, but it doesn't affirm for Sally Sue? Because you believe that me doing this is going to shift me. And Sally Sue is probably in failure consciousness, so this ain't probably going to work. Right? Okay. That's why. If your awareness is, you know what, there are infinite realities. And this is the thing, okay? You have infinite realities and infinite pasts. All right? This is where we're going to talk about. So the past that you remember of being broke, of always struggling, is also one out of infinity pasts that you have lived. Okay. So there is a reality where your needs have always been met, where you have always been rich, where you have always been abundant. Okay. And you get to move your consciousness to that reality. You get to decide. Now, when you revise, no, it's always been like this. Okay. And we're going to get into the next part in a second. All right. So it's always been like this. All right. Now, when you think about that, you're going to actually contemplate, what if that were true? Okay. What if that were true? What if it were true that my needs were always met? What if it were true that I was always supported? What if it were true that anytime I ever needed something, somebody literally came and gave it to me just like that? Or it just came, it just appeared in my reality. What if that were true? And I want you to re-see your situation. Okay. I want you to re-see your situation, and I want you to re-see it in line with your new revision, with your new decision. Okay. What would your week have been had that always been true? What would be going on? The situation that led you to be in whatever situation that you're in, whether it was you losing your job or something happening in 3D or whatever happened, even if it's an SP thing, you guys getting into a fight. What if that had never occurred? Right? What if it had occurred differently? How would your life had been playing out up until now? Okay, go back and see these things and feel into it. The reason why, this is what's going to put you in a state. Okay, this is what's going to shift your reality. Because as you start to ask yourself lightly, not as a technique, because if you sit there and say, oh God, yeah, how do I revise it? Oh my God, well, what would, no, too much. It's too much pressure. Just lightly. What if it was true? What if it was true? What if I had always had my needs met? The last time I needed something, what if it just came? Like the moment I was like, oh my God, like, dang, I thought I had extra money. And then immediately a deposit hit. Immediately somebody sent it to you. And it's always been like that for you. Really, you don't even have needs. What if you've never needed anything? What if all your needs were always just met? You never even needed anything. You were always so abundantly supported. There's a woman on TikTok, I don't know what her name is, but she calls herself a kept wife. And literally all she does, like her husband pays for everything for her, does everything for her, takes care of the kids for her. And she just like lives her life. She's like, I'm going to the spa. Okay. What if you were like that supported? Okay. You just had everything provided to you every time that you wanted or needed it. What would life have looked like? You don't even have to go too far back. You can if you want to. But what would life have looked like if that was the case? As you start to imagine it, or as you ask yourself that question, your imagination is going to instantly provide you with different things. You're gonna start seeing things differently. You're gonna start imagining, dang, well, you know what? When I went on that trip, instead of, me penny pinching, I would have been going to the nice restaurant. I would have maybe paid the check for my family. Well, instead of, me, I don't know, getting my kids like hand-me-downs, I probably would have took them to the mall, right? And then you see yourself at the mall taking your kid and they're so excited. Oh my God, we got the new J's, whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? Re-see your experience. And this is the thing, you guys, okay? Give everything to yourself in imagination. The reason you are stuck in any situation is because you keep looking at 3D to give it to you. And you keep standing with your feet at the edge of the pool. Like, I'll jump in. Oh, I'll jump in once the water is all around me. I'll jump in once I'm underwater. No, how? Okay? No, you jump in and then the water surrounds you. Okay? If you continue, like I said, to keep looking at 3D and say, yup, this is what it is. This is what it is. And I get it. It's triggering. It's upsetting. It's whatever. I understand. Even more of a reason. Okay. Even more of a reason. You don't deserve, y'all hear me. You don't deserve to be triggered. You don't deserve to be lacking. You don't deserve to be struggling. You don't deserve to go without. Okay. You don't deserve to even be uncomfortable. You don't deserve to feel like, dang, I don't have what I need or what I want. You don't deserve to feel unloved. You don't deserve to feel unwanted. You don't deserve to feel like a burden. You are God Express. You only deserve perfection. That's all you deserve. But you can't look to the dead world to give it to you, okay? Go within and give it to yourself and watch how quickly it pushes itself out, okay? Give it to yourself, all right? Something that Brittany said was she spent a day, like some time in meditation, just seeing herself as a queen and seeing people like happy to serve her, right? And so I practiced it. And y'all, when I tell you everywhere I went, everybody was so sweet and accommodating to me and just like going out of their way for me, right? And it was just a short little scene of feeling it, giving it to myself. Same thing with another situation. Yesterday, I'm not even going to talk about it because I already revised it, but whatever. And I just decided, you know what? I let all my anger out. I let all my feelings, my tears out. And then this morning, I decided, no, actually last night. Okay. And all of that is revised. And I'm waking up where I want what I want. And then I woke up and saw that reflection in 3D. Okay. So it doesn't matter. Keep choosing. Stop seeing this reality as so real. But let me stay on track. Okay. All right, so revise. It's always been like this. Whatever the opposite of your circumstances, it's always been like this. Oh, okay. What if that was true though? Don't even try and say, oh, but I don't believe that, but it wasn't. But no, what if it was? Just pose the question to yourself, to your brain. What if it was? Your brain is automatically going to answer you. Oh, it would be like this. It would look like that. Well, we probably would have did this instead of that. It probably would look like this. It's going to let you know. Okay. And then it's automatically going to give you a feeling. All right. You guys should see when I would do this with clients on like in sessions, and they come on the call and they're frustrated. They're like, oh, like I'm done with this, like this and that. Let us get into the what if it was though? What if it was like this? And their whole face brightens, almost like a different person, okay? Their whole face brightens. And we only do it maybe 30 seconds. 30 seconds. That's all it takes to shift your state, to shift your reality. Comprendo? Comprendo. All right. Next. All right, this is a good one, okay? What is the identity behind your shift? Okay, so again, when you think about like having what you need, let's say, once again, we're talking about money. So I don't have the money. I don't have what I need, right? And you're like, okay, I'm going to see myself always having the money. But it just, you can't connect with it. You're like, I don't really know, or you still feel that fear because you still believe who you are, right? You still believe who you are. That story that I was telling you about in the beginning with the girl with her SP, she stepped into the state of I've always been spoiled, adored, cherished, right? Because the SP doesn't matter, all right? The money doesn't matter. 3D doesn't matter, okay? It's you they are a, oh God, they are an expression of you. They are an expression of your state. That is it. I swear to God, if you leave this live thinking, yeah, but my SP is just this. Oh, my SP is stubborn. Who do you think made him that way? It's not his mom that you want to blame. It's not his mom. No, it's you. You're typing in his command. SP. Oh, what should I make him? Stubborn. Don't listen. Don't commit. F-boyish. Yeah, perfect. Oh, make him 6'5" too. Great. Like, here we go. Who do you think made that? This is your game and your game only. Okay. When it comes to money, yeah, just never have enough. Who do you think made that? Y'all, I don't care that most people on planet Earth believe that money is lacking. How is something lacking when it's printed in a factory? How is it lacking when it's literally numbers on a screen? How? Okay? Who is deciding that? All right? What is the identity? The identity when you're thinking, right? When you're thinking, well, I can't get this. Or, I'm not going to have the money. The identity is I'm always lacking, right? Or the identity is I can't manifest money. Or the identity is I never have what I need. I always need more than what I have, right? What is the identity? What's the identity behind what the SP is doing? Instead of being so hyper fixated on, oh my gosh, how do I get him to text me? Okay, let me kick you some game real quick. Okay, when you're like, oh my God, how do I get him to text me? You're in a desperate state. You're in an unwanted state. You're in a fan state. Okay, when I say fan, I'm talking about, oh my God, it's you. Let me touch your freaking jacket. You're in that state. And that's why they treating you like that, like a fan. Okay? All right? You're in that state. And that's why they're treating you like that. Not because of anything else. Not because of whatever you want to say. Oh, well, you know, he has hazel eyes and guys with hazel eyes. No. Because you're in that state. And if you can be in that, and you can be in the state of the rock star and not the fan, the one on stage, the one that they have their mason jar out to catch a bit of your sweat to put on the side of their bed table, okay? Instead of the one trying to catch the sweat, all right? If you can be that, then they will be the fan, okay? They will be the fan, all right? So what is the identity behind your shift? Who do you think you are? All right. Now, the first thing you need to think and know who you are, right, is God. Because this is what allows you, let me say this. This is what allows you to start seeing yourself from the bird's eye perspective, okay? There's a Bible verse that I did. It said, and not, don't quote me, but it said, in vain is a net spread in the sight of a bird, right? What does that mean? It means that a bird can't get trapped in a net spread on the ground. Why? Because it's above it, okay? You in the state, when you're in the state of this, whatever the situation is, this is real. This is my reality. This is what's going on. You're on the ground. You're walking into the net, okay? When you are above, right, you fly over it. This is how I want you to see your circumstance, all right? I want you to see your circumstance instead of this is just life for me and blah, 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 blah. No, it's one out of infinity that you are consciously choosing, okay? That you are choosing. But actually, you're above this, right? You're above it. So instead of seeing, I'm locked into this, you can actually come above where you can see infinite versions of you, all of them doing different things, and select which one you choose to light up right now. Okay? So what is the identity? Sure, right? Sure. There's a version of you who never manifests money. She sucks at manifest money. She couldn't even do it if she tried from morning to night and went to Joe Dispenza's. You would be the one person that Joe is like, dang, I just don't know what to tell you, bro. I mean, everybody else manifests, guess not you. Sure, she can exist. She exists in one reality. Sucks for her. You're not her. You're not her. If you say, but I am her, that sounds just like me. Who is saying that? You are in agreement with that. Okay? You're in agreement with that. You're not in agreement anymore because you're hearing now how silly that sounds. Well, why would I be in agreement with being her when I could actually step into the version that manifesting money has always been instant and easy for me? It's always exceeded my expectation. I'm the type of person when I say, wow, I'd love to manifest $200 to cover dinner, somebody actually hands me $2,000. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what it is. It just happens for me like that. What if it was like that for you? What if it was like that? What is the identity behind your shift? Instead of, especially with you guys with the SP, but money as well, okay? When you're thinking, oh, I want them to do this, and why don't they do that? And, oh, you know, blah, 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 and how do I get them to do that? The reason why you're like that is because you're in an identity, most likely, I'm not enough, or I'm not wanted, or I'm not chosen, whatever, and you want them to do something to prove something to you. Oh, wow. They invited me to Chili's. Y'all remember that dude? He's like, I'm going to Chili's. They invited me to Chili's. I'm chosen now. Oh my God. Okay? Right? But if you know, right, if you have always, I want you to see this, okay? I want you to see your reality. What if you had always been chosen, desired, pursued, chased? I want you to see every dude you ever liked coming to your house with flowers and talking to your parents like, is so-and-so here? I want to take her out. I want you to see them freaking on their knees asking you to freaking homecoming in high school. Okay? I want you to see every dude you ever liked every time you go into a work environment, right? Every time you go into a work environment, you're always everybody's work crush. You're always everybody's crush. Every time you go out, the people there, they run across the parking lot to get the door for you. And they ask you, oh my God, where's your man? Where's your man? Where's your man? That's your experience. How do you feel? What if you were always confident? What if you were always secure? Go back in your life and see yourself confident and secure. And tell me, are you going to be moving the same way? Are you over Chili's? All right? Y'all, go ahead and cancel. Yeah, go ahead and cancel Rock Empowerment. He ain't going to like it here. Okay? He not going to like it. Okay. All right. What about my thoughts? Mama, okay, I can't. What about my thoughts? What about my memories? What about my fears, right? What about, but I'm still thinking and oh my God, and I still remember and oh my God, right? First of all, affirm that you don't remember. No, you don't. Remember that you're God, so you don't have to remember that. You don't remember that because next point is all of those memories and thoughts and fears and all of them things, right? All of those things belong to that parallel version, that experience, the experience. Okay, this is something else that Brittany talks about so fucking well. And it's funny because Neville talks about this, but she says it better. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I think she explains Neville better than Neville. I've never said that, but she explains Neville better than Neville, okay? So all of those memories and thoughts and things and experiences are things that exist in the entirety of creation, okay? Creation is finished, all right? So creation is finished. So all of the things that you think you're remembering, right, is just one of those realities that is finished, okay? That's just one of the things. But you get to say, yeah, and that happened to me, right? And that happened to me. And that's me, yeah, Our memories, right? They say scientifically, our memories are actually being reconstructed as we recall it, okay? As we recall it, we are making it up, right? I remember just the other day, my sister was talking about something we did like when we were growing up going to Halloween, and the way she remembered it is not the way I remembered it, okay? Something that happens a lot with me and my sister. She'll be like, it was like this. I'm like, girl, no, was it? It wasn't like that. But it was both like, it was like that. And it was like how I remembered it too. It's just different realities. Okay. So whatever your thoughts, this is the thing, you guys, that your thoughts, your memories do not belong to you. They belong to the version of you who had that experience. And you don't have to continue to decide and agree that you're that version that had that experience. Okay. You don't. All right. You get to decide when you have those thoughts, when you have those fears, when you have those doubts, when you have whatever it is that you have, you think, oh, I'm sad for her, right? I'm sad. That sucks for her, right? But for me, that's no longer, I'm not in that reality anymore. That's what I say. I'm not in that reality anymore. Thank God I'm not in that reality anymore. That's not relevant to me anymore. Okay? You are the one that decides it's relevant to you. All right? Like, I want you to think about like somebody who's had a glow up. Okay? Like, think about somebody who was like, I don't know, maybe like nerdy and gawky and like whatever in school. And she left school and glued the fuck up. Okay? Like, glue up. But she can probably still remember people teasing her, you know, people saying things about her, all of these things. But do you think she goes in the mirror and looks at her hot self and says, golly gee, I'm insecure? No, she doesn't. She's like, damn, little me was going through it. Sad for her. Sorrows, prayers, but me? Okay? Pimping. Pimping, pimping, pimping. Okay? Okay. All right. Now, I want you to imagine as this version of you. Okay? I want you to imagine as this version of you, okay? I want you to give yourself to the experience, give it to you in yourself, in your imagination, you're just going to imagine yourself seeing, hearing, whatever it is, right? So if right now you are struggling with money, what would happen, since no longer you're not, right? Because this video just shifted you. You're not struggling with money. You never actually have. So since that's true, what does your day actually look like? What's your night finna look like, right? Probably gonna have like some nice food, right? Nice relaxing evening, right? Probably gonna feel some relief of, oh, wow, that's crazy. You might even want to carry on a conversation of, oh my God, no, everything is good now. Somebody calling you to check on you. Oh my God, girl, I heard what's going on. Thank you, Lisa. I heard what's going on. That is so cute. It's a balloon bouquet. I love it. But I heard what's going on. Are you good? And you're like, girl, you'll never believe what just happened. You'll never believe it. But yes, I'm good. I have everything I need and more. I'm good. Yes. Everything I need. And it just came to me. I'm good. Feel that feeling. Hear those things. If it's about the SP, I want you to start talking to yourself as your SP in your head. Hear them. You already know what their voice sound like. Hear them telling you, oh my God. And I don't care if you're like, he would never say that. Yeah. One version of him would never say that. Another version says it all the time. Okay? All the time. Oh yeah, he loves you. Oh yeah, you're amazing. Oh my gosh, you're the best woman I've ever been with. I love you so much. You're amazing. When are you coming over? I haven't seen you. Decide that people always been sweating you. They always been chasing you. They've always been in love with you. That's how it is. Okay? You're not getting them to be it. They've always been like that. So when they do it, it's just like, oh, that's normal. Yeah. They're always like that. Okay? Okay. All right, you guys. So I'll go back through this briefly. Number one, know that you can. Okay? Know that you can shift your reality today instantaneously and start expecting as that. Instead of saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this and try it, but I know it's really not going to work. And, you know, blah, I know it actually takes a long time and my mind is really messed up. Your mind's really messed up. Your mind's really messed up in one out of infinity of realities. Okay? So yeah, no, it's actually not. Like, what are you choosing right now? Now is the only moment. Stop waiting for a perpetual future moment for things to unfold for you. Now is the only time it's going to unfold. So decide, okay? Since it can, why not now? Why delay it, right? Neville says, why do you build the state if you don't intend to dwell therein? Why you build the state if you don't intend to dwell therein? Why do you feel like you are going to affirm, and then come from that and still be like, yeah, but pff, my situation is the same. Why are you wasting your breath then? You're wasting your ink. You're wasting your eardrums. Okay? Number one, you can shift now. You are shifting now. Anyway, all right? Not Mercury has a few more minutes in the microwave, princess. Quit it. Not in the microwave. Stop. Dude. All right. 2, revise it's always and never been, or always never been, whatever one is yours, right? Whatever one makes it better for you. It's always been like this, or it's never been like that. Or really, I like to do both. Whatever the situation where you're like, oh, I don't have what I need, right? I've never not had it what I need. Not had it. Oh God. All right. Need to go back to English 1. I've never not had what I needed. Right? That's never been my experience. Actually, I've always had. Then go into what it's been, right? So reject the story that you're letting go of. It's never been like that. And then affirm the new story. It's actually always been like this. Obviously, you guys, I shouldn't have to say this, but be delulu. We're not looking towards reality to say, oh, yeah, well, I don't know, because my reality, all I have right now is a can of beanies and weenies. Okay, cool. That's only one reality out of infinity. Okay? Things can shift instantly. Things can shift so crazily and instantly, y'all, that you could open your fridge and see beanies and weenies and close it and open it again and see a whole bunch of groceries from Whole Foods. That's how trippy reality is. But what degree are you allowing yourself to experience a miracle? Okay? Are you open to miracles, or are you only open to logical things? Are you open to being you being the powerful one? Or are you waiting for the power in other people to give you power? Okay? Are you waiting for the higher ups, the government, to be powerful for you? Help me, please. please, because you're so powerful, you're God. No, they're literally freaking pawns in your game. You giveth and you taketh away. It's not them taking anything away from you, bruh. You gave it to yourself and you take it away. You say, I'm supporting. And you say, nope, I'm lacking. I still don't have enough. Okay? Impossible things are happening every day. Y'all need to go listen to that. All right. What is the identity behind your shift? Okay? What is the identity behind your shift? Who are you being? Who are you being in this? And really get clear, you guys. What's the state that you're in that has you in the situation that you're in? I've been believing that money is just hard to get. I've been believing that I just struggle with money. I'm believing that I've never had enough money. I never do have enough money. I'm believing that the economy is way too bad for me to have money. I'm believing I'm not educated enough. I'm believing I'm not good at manifesting enough to get money. Cool. All of those are true in one reality. And that reality has actually nothing to do with the reality where you've always had what you wanted and you've always been feeling incredibly abundant. It's always been super easy and instant for you to manifest money, period. Those realities have nothing to do with each other. That's it. You just decide and you shift and reality will shift. That's it. Okay? Your thoughts, memories, and fears belong to the old self. Don't engage. Disengage. Remember this incredible? Disengage. Okay? Don't engage. Your thoughts, memories, and fears. The parts of you that's like, oh, I don't really know. Oh my God. I don't really know if this is going to work. Yeah, that's coming from the version that doesn't trust her power. And isn't it wonderful that you're not in that reality anymore? Isn't it wonderful? Yeah, you're not in that reality anymore. Those thoughts, memories, fears belong to the old self. So they're not something for you to concern yourself with. Just like the girl that grew up out of high school, she's not sitting there like, oh my God, Sally says that she didn't like my outfit. And oh my God, she made fun of my braces. She don't wear braces no more. That's irrelevant. Okay? All right. And last but not least, you're going to imagine from this version of you, you're going to imagine the conversations you would have, what you would see, what would shift, what would be different. You're going to give yourself the permission instead of saying, like, really, you guys, if you're somebody manifesting a large sum of money right now and you haven't even thought, looked, or even considered what you're going to buy with it, right? Then you don't really believe it. If you're sitting there like, yeah, I'm just waiting. I mean, the money's not here. So what's the point of me looking at the car that I want? What's the point of me looking at the house that I want? What's the point of me looking at the clothes and the things that I want when I don't have the money? Because that's what you're aware of. That's what you're aware of. Okay? If you became aware that, you know what, this money is mine, period. I already said so. This money is mine. If you really believe that it was yours now, then you would be like, okay, what am I about to do? All right? If your boss told you, and it's so funny, y'all, it's so funny because people, I'm going to say this and take it how you take it, but I think it's actually funny that people believe in the government or even believe in jobs, believe in bosses. Like these people actually have a personal connection to your well-being and the well-being of the people you care about. If anything, especially in this political climate, they are showing and making it evident to you they do not care about you. So sitting there hoping and wishing on stars for someone else that you are giving power to care so much about you that they do what you need them to do is wild. Okay? You think, I'm sorry, y'all, with somebody like Trump in office, that a government is going to care about you and that's your solution, and your solution is just waiting on the government to care about you again. Oh, baby, buckle up, okay? Because it's going to be a ride for you. You care about you. You care about your family more than anything. Stop letting it be in somebody else's hands. If your boss told you, right? If your boss told you, oh, I'm going to give you a Christmas bonus in a couple weeks, you would start planning for that money. Okay, you would start, oh, wow, I can do this for my girls. That you would accept it as true because you have so much faith in your boss. If Trump today was like, all right, y'all, I got the stimmy packages coming, stimmies, you would be waiting. Even if after a week he said that you still didn't get it by the time he said, you would still be like, oh, let me log on because I know it's coming because you have that much faith in the government, in your boss, in people that make it absolutely clear to you that they don't give a about you. I'm in my mom's house. I can't cuss, y'all. Okay? You got that much faith and this much in yourself. But me, I just know, I mean, yeah, I know God and I are one, and I know God is infinitely rich, and I know I'm actually everything, you know, right now. But me, I just can't believe that. But if this person out here that has shown me that they don't care tells me they do, and they gonna do something, yes, I'm ready. Put all that faith, put the faith that you have in the government, the faith that you have in your boss, the faith that you have in your failure, the faith that you have in your current situation. When you keep waking up and saying, yup, this is true, yup, all that faith that you have in that, put it in what you decide. Put it in what you decide. All right? I would really love to read your comments, but it's already been an hour, y'all, so I'm gonna slide. But I'm intending that it prospers you guys immensely, okay? If you guys would like to join the Godstate activation, which I highly suggest, it's early bird pricing ends today. You can join Light of Love, the SP group coaching, and that's also on early bird pricing. But I'm intending this prospers you immensely, you guys, okay? I'm intending it prospers you immensely. If you came in late, run it back. Do what I said. I'm looking forward to seeing, reading, knowing your success stories. Okay? I love you guys, and I will see you guys in a video soon.